Okay, let's talk about creating an actual product listing for the shop. The last video, the first video, this is number 2 in the series. The first one is kind of give you a really brief introduction. This one we're actually going to get into adding and inserting information and selecting options. I do want to say in the beginning that it's a little bit daunting, it's a little bit overwhelming, not in the sense that it's extremely difficult, but in the sense that there are a lot of things to set up, a lot of system and checks, so to speak, and a lot of information to put in and put it in a specific fashion. Don't don't freak out or get worried you can't do this. It's just going to take a couple of times of actually entering the product before you get comfortable with it. Same thing for me. Had to do it a few times. Now it's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be doing. We're going to be setting up a product listing. It's going to have the 4 thumbnails with variations below those, deluxe, premium, standard, that kind of a thing. And then, our description, and so forth and so forth. So let's go ahead and let's reset this to the shop landing page. And let's go ahead back to the admin. What we want to find is products. And then add. Let's see how about welcome home baby. Okay. Now what I want to do is take care of my introductory text, and that's just a little bit of information that's below the thumbnail. And how we do that is by inserting text into a specific field in the product listing page, and we can find that right down at the bottom. So if I scroll down, you'll see it, product short description. This might be a little too long. Let me chop some of these words out. Okay, let me choose my categories. We'll do bestseller, how about just because, and bouquets. Then this is our actual full page description. So if you want a full listing, a full description, we can do that. So we can drop that in there. I can even do some bullet points, list, item, info. This is just something I'm making up. You don't have to do list, item, info. I'm just kind of trying to make a point here. Bullets. Okay, and last, before we move on, let's go ahead and give it an image, a featured image. Excuse me. I'm going to choose one I already have uploaded. Set. There we are. Let's go ahead and publish this guy. Now, if I come back and refresh, here's what I got. Got my introductory text, got my photo, got my title, still missing my price and stuff, of course. And then we come to the actual listing page. Here's what we got. We got some stuff that's looking a little weird. It's out of, basically they got boxes everywhere, and that's just because we haven't finished it yet. So don't worry, we'll be okay. All right, so let's go back. Now here is where it's gonna get a little tricky, where you really need to pay attention, and because there's a few different steps that we have to do, otherwise it's not going to work. So what we want to do first is set up the product data area, and we want to choose variable. And that word I'm going to use a few times, variable. And what we consider the variable is, like I showed you when we first started this video, what we're calling these are variables, as shown, deluxe, premium, standard. These are variables of this particular bouquet, or our set, or whatever you want to call it. So we need to make sure we have variables set. Then we need to set attributes, meaning an attribute for each variable. So this variable costs $19, this variable costs $30, that kind of a thing, right? So let's come over to this drop down, and what we want to do is select your products. That's what we're doing here. We're showing variables, we're showing attributes, and we're selecting what we want. This size, this price, that price. So select. Then we're going to do add. Okay. We want to make sure we choose used for variations. There's that word again, variations of prices, sizes. Check that. Then what we need to do is add those particular variables, meaning as shown, deluxe, premium, standard. Now here is really where it's going to confuse you a little bit. These values are already here because we've entered them. And the values I'm referring to is what you see in this drop down: standard, premium, deluxe, as shown. You don't have to use those. You want to use small, big, large, medium, extra large, super, giant, jamungo, big O. You can do that. But right now, for this purpose of this, at least for the purpose of the demo we're using, these are the words we use. So you can do one of two. We can do one of a couple different things. First, if you have your 4, like these are our 4. If you already have your set of 4, you don't have to come in here and select each one. What you can do is just do select all. Boom, there they are. But the only thing with that is you're set with that order, meaning it's going to show up under your thumbnail as standard, premium, deluxe, as shown. I would think it's probably not ordered correctly. Maybe as shown's first, then standard, then deluxe, then premium. Okay, so that's something you have to think about. So we can get rid of these. So what you could do also is come in here, click the drop down, and select it in order that you want. So as shown, standard, and then deluxe, premium, right? And right now, that's what we have set. We can add new ones. Add new. So something here, and you type it. I don't want to save it because I want to keep us in our system just to have 4. If I hit OK, for whatever the name of this is, when I come to this drop down, it's going to show it. But right now, I'm not getting anything because I already have these 4 in here. Okay? So hopefully that's not too confusing. Basically, you got to set your parameters, your variables, your values. All right, so let's go ahead and save. Make sure we keep our progress going. Now, if I come down to attributes, there it is. Select your product. That's what we got. I click it, it'll open up. At least there we go, and there we are. All right, so let's go to variations. Okay. Now what we want to do is select link all variations. Yes. Yes again, or okay, I should say. And then look what it's done for us. It's set up each section as shown, deluxe, premium, standard. Now don't worry about all these things like, oh my god, what do I got to fill out? All you need to do is price. You don't need to do anything else. So as shown, you need to know what your product is and what your prices are, obviously, so they match. So I don't know, I'm just going to make stuff up. $19.99. And come down to the deluxe one. How much is the deluxe one? $29.99. How much is the premium one? Whoops. All right, standard. Okay. Pretty easy. Then what we want to do, or you could actually do this first, is set our picture. You could do picture first, then that. Up to you. And set our pictures. So click it. As shown will be actually the same one as the featured image. So I can come to Media Library. Make sure I match these, baby. There we go. Click the show button. Insert into post. There we are. Let's go ahead and add the other images in. These I actually need to upload. There's one. Here's my next one. Number 3. Insert into post. And then last but not least, insert into post. Scroll up, update. So let's go back to the shop landing page. And what we should see is a nice listing. So welcome home, baby. I'm not really happy about this introductory text, which is too much. That's the thing, I don't think I touched base yet. It's going to be up to you. This thing is not going to auto cut off. So up to you and how even do you want this to be. You also see the titles are the same way. Basically it's dynamic. So the longer your title, it's going to keep growing. It's not going to just cut off and stop. It's going to keep going. So you'll notice this title is bigger than this one. So that's a personal preference whether you want these all to be exactly the same. So right now, it bugs me that my text stops here and these two. So these are even, but this one's down here. So let's a personal preference, but to do something like that, you just have to, you know, limit your text. Be slick and smart with your text and how much text you're putting in there. So if I update this, I should be now a little bit more even. At least I hope I am. Oh, there I am. So there's my price. There's my welcome home baby. All right, now here's my listing. We'll see as shown. Here's my deluxe. If I click it, premium, standard. And then the same thing is this actually populates this box right here. So you don't have to do anything for this. This automatically populates this. So I'm a client, I'm a customer. I come here, oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get premium. There it shows. And again, we're gonna fix this. So by the time you, hopefully by the time you've seen this video, this is fixed. This clearly should be sitting right here, and we'll take care of that. Don't worry about it. You know, maybe we want to add 3. Add the cart. Here's our 3. Here's my description, which is at this point ginormous, right? So let me cut that out. Way too big. Personal preferences. Reviews. Whoops. Since we haven't really nothing to go over, but I just want to show you anyone's review. You can pop in here, you know, you want to rate it. Fantastic set of flowers. Submit. Now we got a little review in there, right? Wonderful. Okay, that's pretty much it for a listing. I am gonna stop here as well as do a part 3 and just kind of recapping some things, touch base on some other things, kind of give some heads up, some warnings, things to look out for, things we're gonna do, not do for you, that kind of stuff. But real fast, gonna breeze right through this so you can see our steps. Our title, this is our body, our detailed description. Don't forget to set your categories. Then we get over into product data. Make sure your variable product is set. Make sure you set up your attributes, you know, with your standard, with your deluxe, premium, or if you're doing maybe you're doing large, small, medium, that kind of a thing. Then you do your variations and set pictures for those. And this, if you come in here and you're not used to it, and you come in here and it's closed, oh, where's my information, my text? And you click it and it opens up. Okay, and I wouldn't worry about all these other things, and I'm going to cover in the next video why we're not covering and doing these other extra items in here. Okay, that'll do it. Thanks for sticking around.